Now, protecting children from online predators is something parents spend a lot of time thinking about and struggling with.
Tonight in a Fox 31 Denver exclusive, an eye-opening look at the kind of people who use the internet to lure kids into sexual situations and the Arapahoe County Sheriff's deputies who are helping to stop them in their tracks. Investigative reporter Heidi Hemmett has the exclusive story.
You warn your children not to talk to strangers, but it's nearly impossible to know everyone they are communicating with online. The anonymity of the internet gives sexual predators a lot of opportunities to find young victims. It's one of Colorado's fastest growing crimes. So keeping kids safe is job one for a special team of undercover officers.
Let me see your hands, please. Get down on the ground. Get down on the ground. All the way down. All the way down.
Cody Craven has never been arrested before.
Put your hands up on top of your head.
But to these Arapahoe County investigators, he's the worst kind of criminal.
This adult person had talked this child into meeting at a hotel for sex.
The decorated U.S. Marine admits he came to this Inglewood hotel to have sex with a 14-year-old girl he met online.
What are you doing here tonight, Cody?
I was here to meet up and have some sex.
Craven had no idea he was actually chatting with an undercover deputy, posing as a girl named Lily.
Do you know how old Lily is? Be straight with me.
14.
Our camera was there when Craven first made contact with the deputy. She had only been online for a few minutes when Craven's graphic sexual messages started pouring in.
These predators are real, and they really are looking for your kids.
Sergeant Bruce Peterson says it's easy for internet predators to find their victims.
Just by looking on Facebook or other social media, they can pretty quickly convince a real 13-year-old girl, hey, I know you. We used to go to school together, or we have friends that know each other. And I'm 12 years old and I'm a girl, when really I'm a 50-year-old male sexual predator.
And what starts as innocent chatting can lead to sexual assault.
I couldn't believe it. I was angry, I was hurt.
This Colorado mother's son is one of the victims.
This person could have completely screwed up his future forever. And I don't know how to help him.
Her 12-year-old was playing computer games when he was contacted by someone he thought was a 15-year-old boy. Turns out his online playmate was really 34-year-old sex offender Andrew Hartung of Seattle. Hartung convinced the boy to send him pictures of his genitals. For this mother, the red flags were raised too late.
You try so hard to do the best you can and protect, and I really feel like I failed.
Arapahoe County prosecutor Leora Joseph says internet luring is one of the fastest growing crimes in Colorado and across the country.
It's scary as a parent, and it's hard to know how we can prevent this. The technology is so much more advanced than most parents are.
Still, Joseph says there are ways to learn more about who your kids are talking to online.
You have 567 friends on Facebook. How's that possible when you're 14? Really, how's that possible? Ask. Let's go through them one night. Make that a fun game. Tell me all your friends. Who are these people?
She says you should have access to your children's internet accounts and passwords and make sure they know they can come to you without consequences.
A lot of times kids are afraid they get into these conversations over their head and then they feel stuck. They feel like their phone will get taken away. They feel like their parents will ground them.
As for Craven's punishment,
I'm Heidi Hemmett from Fox 31, and we were wondering if you had anything to say about the charges against you.
I have no comment at all.
In court, we learned Craven may never see any jail time. Colorado law allows for probation in many internet sex crimes.
Is this the first time you tried to have sex with a 14-year-old girl?
I told you I have no comment.
We're just waiting for another car to get here, but you can sit down here for a minute.
Sergeant Peterson can only hope he never sees Craven again.
It so easily could have been a 13 or 14-year-old girl or a 12 or 13-year-old boy. No kid is safe from this potentially happening to them.
The Arapahoe County Sheriff's Department has arrested 16 people for internet luring so far this year. Sheriff Dave Walcher says catching online predators is a top priority, and that's why he's dedicating a full-time unit to the job. The mother we spoke to says there needs to be more resources for the victims, like peer counseling groups for children. Right now, there is nothing.
That is just disheartening to watch. Now, one question I had in mind. Once these predators get caught, is there any way to keep them offline, to keep them away from a computer?
Yeah, you know, the court will actually sometimes order these suspects to stay off of their computers. Of course, that's probably impossible to enforce. But if they're caught reoffending, then then they'll also get charged with violating that court order in addition to any other crime they've committed.
And so from our end as parents, we
Yeah.
have to be extra vigilant.
And you know, and they make such a good point. You know, I feel like I am not going to be as, you know, up on all these,
I
you know, on the
know.
internet and all these games and all these other things, and it's scary for a parent because, you know, I feel like I don't know enough.
Just got to monitor
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Thanks so much, Heidi. Eye-opening for sure. Well,